So good morning friends. So in the previous video we were discussing about navigation elements. So we discussed about the links. So along with the links, today in this video we're going to learn about other website navigation elements. uh, in addition to navigation bars, a number of other website elements are also important components of the web navigation system. So in the previous video we discussed navigation bars. Okay, so other elements are historical trails or search elements. Uh, apart from navigation bars, the other elements are, the first one is historical trails and search engines. Historical trails and search engines. So what overviews? Okay, the first one is overviews. Overviews provide overview. Also one more navigation element. Okay, it provides an executive summary that provides a preview of the site and contains link to the major concept, to all the it provides a overview of the whole website, or provides a overview of the concept. It provides the overview of the navigation system or navigation menus. Okay, so that is what is a overview. For example, a site map illustrating the site's hierarchical structure and the relationship of components. Just now in IIT Mumbai's website, we just saw what is a site map. Okay, both global and local maps, and alphabetized site index. Even it can be a table of contents. So this can be an overview. Allow accessibility from any point in the website. Overviews provide a top level view of a site's organization and content. So this is what we need to understand. Okay, overviews provide a top level view of a site's organization and content. Having an understanding of how a site is organized, the landmarks available within it. An executive summary will provide an overview of the site. So the next one is historical trails. So these are some other elements. Okay, it provide breadcrumb trails. Okay, locate the top of the page below the navigation links. So it, okay, history lists. So history trees, footprints or bookmarks, all these are nothing but historical trails. Historical navigation aids try to show the user's position in an information space by showing where they have come from or where they have been. So this is what is called as a, what is that, historical trails. Trail in the sense where exactly you began, where did you enter the system, and what all path you have traversed already now, and where are you currently now. So this is what is basically represented by historical trails. Okay, what is this? Okay, a breadcrumb trail in a hierarchical website structure is a sequential textural link of pages traversed from the present parent page to the page currently being displayed. So what is a breadcrumb trail? A breadcrumb trail in a hierarchical website structure is a sequential textual listing of pages traversed from the parent page to the page currently being displayed. So for example, we will again go to, we will see how exactly the information will be listed here. Okay, so you can see again the next level of menu, career at IITB. How we will see how exact, see here, home, faculty, okay, prospective faculty. So now I'll go to, see here, now suppose I directly want to go to the media. So okay, so the user also should be provide a provision to directly go to the media. Otherwise, okay, for example, it should not be the case that I should go back and then go to the main. Then okay, now you see news hub, or okay, students, I'll go okay, research at IITB. So directly I from here directly I went to research and development. So this is how. Okay, then career. So this is a related navigation. Okay, that is what we are discussing now. A breadcrumb trail in a hierarchical website structure is a sequential textual listing of pages traversed from the parent page to the page the path you have traveled. Okay, that also should be displayed. Symbols used, so you can use a arrow symbol or colon, or, okay, or this greater than symbol, or even the information can be, that path can be represented using a slash. Then okay, search facility, another form of navigation support is provided by a site search facility. So most of the sites provide this. So directly you can go to that particular page, okay, rather than you don't have yeah, that is what you can see here. From here you're going, otherwise even you can use the colon, or you can show this arrow symbol, I mean this greater than symbol. So you started from weather, then you go to Pacific Rim, then you go to Australia, then so this is called as breadcrumb trails. So now we will see what some website navigation guidelines. How many links should exist on a page? How should textual links be presented to make them obvious? So these can, so the first one is scrolling. So these are what we are discussing now, website navigation guidelines. So we have to remember this. The first guideline for scrolling is do not require scrolling of navigation only pages. Do not require scrolling of navigation only pages. Okay, navigation only pages in the sense they don't have any other information, they just contain only, they have created only for the sake of navigation between different pages. Okay, do not require scrolling of navigation only pages. So scrolling of, so you should not use a scrolling of navigation only pages. Okay, means you should not put too much of information in the navigation only pages. Minimize the need of scrolling to view all links on pages containing content. So minimize the need of scrolling, don't put so much of information. Okay, never require horizontal scrolling. Generally, okay, horizontal scrolling is not okay used. Most of it is a vertical scrolling only. Number of links, every page should contain at least one link. Okay, every page should contain at least one link, so we must understand. Most of the pages will generally have more than one links, at least two links will be there, one for moving forward and another one for moving backward. Be conservative in the total number of links presented on a screen. Without logical grouping of elements, limit the links to 4 to 8. With logical groupings, limit the links to 18 to 24. We have already discussed this. Restrict embedded links to those most important, pertinent and interesting. Okay, restrict the embedded links to those most, embedded links means you are putting one link within another link. Okay, place less relevant links in a, again the information is presented here. Then how you are going to present the links? The first one is link text. Generally, okay, most of the links are text only. For example, education is a link, so education is a text. Okay, underline all link text including that embedded in page content, contained in explicit menu listings, contained in headings, used as a graphical labels. Okay, okay, we should underline all the links. Okay, link text. However, it is not done because it doesn't look good. Okay, distinguish between unselected unvisited links and selected visited links. Yeah, we have already seen this. So if you have already visited that link, so that will be either okay, their underline is removed, or okay, the already visited link is represented with some other color. We have, I think you have already seen this. Make unselected or unvisited links blue. Okay, so if it is still not unvisited, it is not visited, then make the link color blue. Make selected or visited links purple. So if the user has already visited that link, then change the color of that link to purple. Then kinds of links, distinguish links leading to different web destinations through differentiating symbols. So you can use different symbols to distinguish the links. Okay, for example, for links moving forward you can use this hash symbol. For the links moving upward you can use hash and up arrow symbol. Okay, you can use asterisk, okay, asterisk symbol for additional information. Yeah, we have seen that. Do not proceed links to other sites pages with any symbol. So if there is no another any symbol means, okay, it do it goes to other sites. Okay, then graphical links, distinguish graphical links from decorative graphics through underlining graphical text labels. So if it is a graphical link, then underline it with a graphical text label. Then links in toolbars, distinguish links contained in toolbars, okay, through presenting in consistent locations. Use different colored background. So if you are using links in toolbars, then you can distinguish them. Okay, they should be always presented in a consistent location, and they should use some different background color. So the same information is explained here. I request all of you go through this. Okay, some other link guidelines is also given here. What is the meaning of an orphan link? A link leading to a page that does not possess any navigation of. What is the meaning of boomerang link? A link that returns to the exact same spot. What is the meaning of a mystery link? A link that does not look like a link because it is not properly labeled. Okay, what is a link drunk? A long succession of links that must be followed to reach the destination. So these are some interesting points they have provided here. So I request you to go through this. Okay, then from the next video we'll start with kinds of links. Okay, kinds of links. Thank you.